Yep. Anna's here, just chilling, just watching the kill cam.
I am sorry.
What you doing, Anna? Here, have some poison. Oh my god, we just killed her in 2 hits. Along with the poison. That is insane. Wow. Poison plus 2 hits. That's crazy. Wait, somebody else. Leland, what are you doing here? He bled out because of the poison. Oh my god. That's 3 kills. Wow. Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Sprint here, bringing you guys back another video. This time we got a Sissy video. This is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, and recently I've been playing a lot of Sissy, and I found what has to be my favorite build. It's not necessarily the best, but it is my favorite to run because it just makes her very lethal. Makes her, in my opinion, it makes her very scary, and you can pair up like brute strength on top of it so she can do more damage. But let's get right into the abilities and perks. So for her ultimate, her poison, you want to go left on level 1, so your poison cloud is it lasts for 50 seconds when you use it. Then you want to go for level 2 middle for poison duration for 13.5 seconds. This is going to help you out with the third ability, level 3, the toxic cloud. Poison seeps into the victim's wounds, causing them to lose health. And this is basically like serrated, if you know what serrated is. Sissy has the serrated perk built into her ability, which is really good. That means you don't need serrated, basically. You just need her ability. So yeah, 50-second cloud, 13 seconds of poison, which is 13 seconds of bleeding. And yeah, that's basically her ult, or the setup. For the first perk, I run surgical. Now Sissy normally has very good blood harvesting. As you can see, like she has 38 at base. So it makes it so she gets 25 per bucket, which is okay. That's nice, right? But this makes it so you get more blood. So you get a lot of blood by hitting people. And obviously your goal as family is to kill people. So this rewards you for going for hits / kills, etc. The way this works is it says 20%, 60, 100. You just want to take out that 0. Normal, you get 10 blood per hit. At level 1, you get 2 extra blood. At level 2, you get 6 extra blood. And at level 3, you get 10 extra blood. So that's level 1, 12 blood per hit. Level 2, 16. Level 3, 20. 20 blood per hit is pretty good, especially if you're trying to feed up Grandpa and level him up. For our second perk, this is a must. Rubber legs. When you intoxicate a victim with your poison clouds, they're slowed down by 20%. Not only do you make them bleed with your ability, they're also slowed down. And this basically makes it so you have built-in scout, but like 5% more effective. And you don't need to run scout, and you don't need to, risk having 10% less damage, so your damage is still good. This makes it also so you can also catch people and actually hit them. So it pairs really well with surgical. And our last perk, Vile Ent. Your damage is increased by 10, 15, 20%, their respective levels, once your blood is full. Now you may argue, oh, but like Sissy feeds Grandpa. Okay. The thing is, you only need one perk in this game, one Grandpa perk, and that is exterior alarms. If you just run that perk, you're basically set for the whole game. And besides, feeding Grandpa all the time doesn't always get you the win. because some victims are really good and they'll stab them, so you don't get your perks and stuff. So this is really more about collecting blood to increase your damage, make yourself lethal, and just chase people. Just chase people, and you're basically, you can kill them in like 4 or 5 hits, depending on how good the chase is. But yeah, like this also increases the bleed from your poison cloud. A lot of people don't know this, but all the perks that increase your damage percentage, it applies to everything. It applies to your melee weapon, and it applies to any ability that increases damage. For example, if you run this on Hitchhiker and someone steps on a trap, they'll take 20% more damage, assuming you have a full blood vial. And this increases if you have something like a brute strength. But ideally, the best grandpa perk you want to run, and the only grandpa perk you want to run, if possible, is exterior alarms. When active, all critical doors, gates are highlighted for 5 seconds. This applies to basement doors. This applies to every single door. It would literally tell you when it's open. So it's basically going to tell you when a survivor's there, or a victim. It just tells you where people are, basically. It's really good. It's very good. So, like, the 2 best grandpa perks, exterior alarms, and nobody escapes hell. But honestly, I think exterior alarms is way better. It's just far superior, in my opinion. But yeah, for savagery, I just put it all, for attributes, I just put it all into savagery, because, to be honest, like I said, her blood harvesting is good. Her endurance, I mean, it's okay. You can get 3, 4, 5, 6 hits in, maybe. But her savagery is really weak, which is why I made this build around, like, making her chase better and making her damage, just making her lethal, basically. Yeah, that's the build. Oh yeah, let me show you guys the skill tree. You basically have to go left, so you can get Vow. There's 2 guaranteed perks, Violent and Guard the Legs. And then Surgical is up here. They're all guaranteed perks. You don't have to roll a random perk. But basically you want to go left, then up, right, up, then left, then up, and that's it. You get it. Okay. That's basically the skill tree. And I'll show you guys the gameplay in a sec. So hope you guys enjoy that. So, alright. So we spawn in. We want to start getting the blood immediately. Like I said, the best part about Sissy, she has really good blood harvesting. So you basically get a ton of blood just by collecting buckets. And the sooner we get our blood to max, the better, because then we'll start doing more damage. Our poison's gonna get more damage over time. And overall, we're just gonna be a very, very scary Sissy. And that's the goal. Alright, so we're gonna lock that. We're gonna head over here to the secret stair. Usually they try to go up here. Sometimes. Not always. But let's get this blood first. Alright. They woke up Grandpa, that's fine. It was bound to happen eventually. Alright, let's go down these stairs. Oh, hello, Connie. How you doing? Aw, I missed those. Oh, somebody here? That missed? Face in. 2 hits, nice. We're max blood now, so we're gonna do a ton of damage. Oh, no, it's not taking hits. That's fine, isn't it? I think he's 1 hit. I think he's poisoned here.
This will help them see more clearly.
We have wall hacks because of our poison. He's also slow. Yep. He was 1 hit. Anna's here, just chilling. We're just watching the cocaine.
I am sorry.
What you doing, Anna? Here, have some poison. Oh my god, we just killed her in 2 hits. Along with the poison. That is insane. Wow. Poison plus 2 hits. That's crazy. Wait, somebody else. Leland, what are you doing here? He bled out because of the poison. Oh my god. That's 3 kills. Wow. Good game, bro. Wow.
This could have been.
Oh, some few tips before the video ends. Just in case some people get a Sissy in their game, I understand she's not like as good as Hitchhiker and Cook, but you have to understand that good Sissy players can still be beneficial to your team. So I just want to like tell you guys some tips on how to deal with a Sissy being on your team with certain characters. Like if you get a Sissy on your team, and let's say you're playing Cook. You're obviously, I'm assuming you're using a build like this, like serrated, scout, security pins, and obviously with this build you get exterior alarms. You can still be viable with Sissy, Cook, and Leatherface combo, but obviously you gotta make sure you protect your side. Obviously, if the Sissy's good, she's gonna protect her side and apply pressure on you know, survivors. But a lot of people are making a mistake with Cook to put the points on endurance, and the reason that's a mistake is he's not that good at chase. He can get like 1 or 2 hits in, but if the victim is a good player and they know where to go, you're not gonna get more than 2 hits. So you're gonna deal like what, 30, 70 damage at most, unless you get help from somebody else. So yeah, personally, if you run this build with Cook, the build itself is top tier. It's amazing. It's basically meta, but don't put your points on endurance / savagery. Just put it all into blood harvesting, so that way you can get exterior alarms. As soon as you get exterior alarms activated, you're basically set for the whole game, because you have your ability to see where people are, and you have the grandpa perk that lets you know when doors are open. It's just a really good build and a really good way to play with a Sissy. Oh, I went back too far. If you're playing Hitch is pretty self-explanatory. Hitch gets value from his traps. Just make sure you place traps in good areas so you can deny loops. He, like Sissy, can cause survivors to bleed, and there's not really any perk that gets rid of his bleed damage unless victims bring Bomb Squad. Bomb Squad directly counters Hitchhiker unless he puts the traps in gaps or crawl spaces. So make sure you put the traps in places where survivors don't expect them, so that way your traps don't get countered. Again, this benefits Sissy, because if she does poison your traps and you are chasing someone and they step on a poison trap, that's basically an insta-kill. So Sissy can bring value to Hitch as well as Cook. It's all about teamwork, it's all about game sense, it's all about knowing what to do. If you're playing Johnny, like, if somehow you have Leatherface, Johnny, and Sissy combo and nobody, like, gets out of the game, you can still potentially win. But, like, if you're playing Johnny, just make sure you guard your area, like where you spawn. And obviously, if Grandpa gets woken up, it's your choice to go in the basement and apply pressure. It's really up to you. I would highly suggest, though, just like staying in your area, making sure nobody gets through. You can still kill people with just scout. You don't really need serrated and unrelenting or fired up. I would highly suggest switching those out for universal donor and blood banker, so you can keep your 50 savagery, your endurance at 39, and then also be able to get 100 blood to Grandpa, because that's kind of important. at least getting Grandpa to level 1 should be a priority for everybody, because that way he scans every now and then. But again, you can still chase down people with this build. Scout is really what you need with Johnny. Serrated is just a bonus, and Unrelenting / Fired Up only helps you if you're out of stamina, but like it's not like a must, you know what I'm saying? Johnny excels at everything except chasing people in basement because of gaps and blood. He really suffers with blood, but this build just negates that completely. This build makes it so he's good at killing people, he's good at chasing people with his stamina, and he's good at collecting blood / getting blood from people. So, in all honesty, you cannot go wrong with this build, and it helps Sissy out, helps Leatherface out. It just helps everything out. And lastly, if you're obviously playing Leatherface, just keep in mind, if you have a similar build like this, probably you have Scout instead of Rough Cut, but that's a whole separate video. Remember that once Grandpa's woken up, your job is just like, obviously apply pressure in basement, but once Grandpa gets woken up, just get out of the basement, dude. I've seen plenty of Leatherfaces just stay in the basement, like, after Grandpa gets woken up for like 5 minutes, and then the survivors escape, and they're like, what happened? Like, and then they just rage quit. The basement is the worst spot for Leatherface. As soon as Grandpa wakes up, doesn't matter how he gets woken up or when, go upstairs, set up the map for your teammates, like break down doors so you don't get door slammed, break down barriers so it's easier to kill people. If there is any gaps open, make sure you destroy them so they can't be used. Set up the map for your team so it's easier to get kills, and that way the game won't get like rushed from under you. The faster you set up the map, the faster you can start chainsaw sprinting around the exit locations, aka patrolling. And what makes Leatherface so powerful is that he controls everything. He controls what things you can use, aka doors, gaps, or whatever. But he can also control the time or the exits that you can access, because if you're not careful and he catches you at an exit and you don't have enough time to either go down a well or run for your life, he can just one-shot you and you're dead. That is the strength of Leatherface. A lot of people don't realize this, but Leatherface, most of the time, in most cases, he carries games because he just denies everything. He denies gaps. Like I've already said this, but it's just so crucial, important, and I can't believe a lot of people don't realize this. He is the highest potential carry of the game as long as you know how to play him. Again, as soon as Grandpa wakes up, you get out of the basement. There's no reason for you to stay in basement. Basement is the worst spot for you. There's no exits down the basement unless you're playing Slaughterhouse. But like if you're playing Slaughterhouse, just look for the valve tank and then set up around there real quickly, and then as soon as Grandpa wakes up, go upstairs. Make sure if the valve is near a door or something, make sure you break the door so that if you need to go to the valve, it's easy to access, blah blah blah. But again, your priority is to just go upstairs and help your team out. When you help your team out, you win. That's the whole point of family. Be a team. That's how you win. That's how you make the game fun for you. Okay, like, remember, when you play video games, it's all about making it fun for you. Obviously, if you don't like getting rushed, then you should play like this. If you like getting rushed, just stay in the basement for 5 minutes, and then if they all escape, just blame your team, I guess. But yeah, Sissy, every family member is viable. That includes Sissy, Johnny. You just gotta have game sense. You just gotta make sure you guard those areas. I understand Leatherface, Cook, Hitchhiker is still the meta because they get automatic value, but that does not mean that Sissy and Johnny are obsolete. By the way, they said they quote-unquote nerfed Johnny. He's still good. He can still chase you down and kill you. So like his kit is still basically the same. But if you have a Sissy or Cook, whatever, it's kind of ideal to have Johnny able to also feed Grandpa, because if you don't feed Grandpa, you don't really get value from your blood. And Johnny doesn't really have a build like Sissy or Leatherface, where he has to have full blood to do more damage. He doesn't really need that. So if anything, Johnny and Hitchhiker are the perfect characters to feed Grandpa because they don't really need blood to do damage. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I know that was probably a long like tip section thing, whatever. I just want to let you guys know, family, all the characters are good. You just gotta know how to use them. Hopefully you guys find this useful. Hopefully you guys enjoy the gameplay. I'll probably make some guides or funny videos or rage montages in the future, just because why not, variety. But I just wanted to get this video out. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've uploaded it. It's been very long. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.